Hi there, I'm Coach Kim from In Shape Fitness and Move It Monday, and this is your Monday Mile Motivation. You probably need a little energy boost to get out there and do your walk or your jog, don't you? Well, I've got 8 moves, 1-minute moves, which will help you and your body get ready. So why don't you stand up for me? Take a little bit of time to make sure your posture is great. You want your shoulders back, you want your ears over your shoulders, your abs engaged, and your tailbone tucked in. Now, the first move that we're going to do for 1 minute is called the lighthouse, and it's a balance move. The balance that you have is derived in 2 ways. One, there's the inner ear equilibrium that you have, and then the other is the smaller muscles in your feet and up the sides of your legs that stabilize the body. So you're going to stand up really tall and sort of stagger your feet. If you've already got fairly good balance, you can move your feet the toe to heel. And if you don't, then stagger your feet so that the ball of one foot is sort of nestled in the crook of the other foot. But either way, contract all of the muscles in your legs and contract your glute muscles. Now, extend your arms out to the sides with your palms facing down. For 1 minute now, I want you to turn your head slowly all the way to the right and then all the way to the left. And what you want to do, you're going to start feeling off balance a little bit, and if it's too easy, then make your feet positioned in more of a heel to toe so that you can force the imbalance. That's the way to develop greater balance, right? Is to actually stand on one leg, which you can do even if your balance is already pretty good. You can pull one foot up off the floor and balance on one leg. You've got about 30 seconds left. Again, you're moving very slowly, your head all the way to the right, all the way to the left. That throws that inner ear equilibrium off, which forces your body to grip the floor on all 4 corners of each of your feet. Very nice. Almost finished. Another 15 seconds or so. We're going to warm up the back next. Keep breathing. You want to make sure you breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. Very good. Okay, now take a big step out to the right, about double shoulder width apart, and clasp your hands above your head. Quickly do a postural systems check once again. Make sure those ears are over your shoulders, your chest is open, you're lifting your chest with your breath, breathing in through your nose and standing up tall. Now, what you're going to do as a windmill move is what we call this. You're going to, hinging at your hips, rotate your body down to the right, graze the floor with your fingertips as you rotate then up to the left. All right, do that again, down to the right and up to the left. Move slowly. You don't want to get yourself dizzy. Now reverse directions and rotate the body down to the left and up to the right. This just gets all the blood flowing in your back, making sure that you are fully ready to do a couple of strength moves that we're going to start next. We're going to go into a squat. You've got about 10 seconds more. Either direction, doesn't really matter at this point. Very nice. Okay, moving right along here. Now we're going to do a squat. And this can be a modified squat or a standard squat, depending on how frequently you work out and understand what a squat actually is. But I want it to be a really good one. So now your feet are about shoulder width apart. Your pinky toes and your heels should be in line. So if you're doing a modified squat, that just means you're only going to lower your body about halfway down. You're going to very slowly shift your weight to your heels and sit your butt down as though you were sitting into a chair. Extend your arms out to the front if you need to for your balance. And then as you get down to that bottom position, wherever it is, make sure that you contract your glutes and lift straight up very slowly. As you get stronger, with each squat, in fact, as you get stronger, you can maybe go a little bit lower. You're inhaling on your way down. You exhale as you lift back up. And again, move very slowly. One of the biggest misconceptions about exercise is that you need to do a lot of repetitions in order to get the job done. But if you control every segment, every ounce of your energy, you control each inch on your way down and each inch on the way up, you will do the work that you need to do to prepare your body. This, by the way, these exercises are obviously hopefully getting you motivated, giving you a little energy, but they're also helping to prepare the muscles of your body to actively work as you go out for that Monday mile. Okay, the next move is called a walk-out plank. And if you're strong enough to do a push-up on your toes, you can do a push-up in the middle of each repetition as well. So for 1 minute, this is what you're going to do. You're going to squat all the way down, and you're going to walk your hands. Leave your feet in one place. Walk your hands all the way out until you are in push-up position, which means that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your butt is down. You should feel your tummy muscles engage automatically. Once you get there, pause for just a moment, savor that moment, and then walk your hands back and stand all the way up by pressing into the floor with your heels, contracting your glutes, and squeezing your tummy muscles to lift your torso up into a standing up straight position. Once again, if you are able to do a push-up in the middle, that's perfectly fine. Do that push-up quite slowly, and then return your hands back to your squat position and stand all the way up as well. You're only going to do a couple of these. Don't you even worry about the number, but just keep going slowly. The reason that this is effective, you're going to feel your heart rate go up now, is that you're changing directions and that blood flow is being sent out from your heart. It has to go in multiple different directions as you move, so your heart has to work a little bit harder. And you're about halfway through here, so keep going. Keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make sure that when you get to that bottom position, that the change in direction, you pause for just a moment in order to allow your body to kind of recalibrate, then move backwards. And let's count you down here. Coming up in 10 seconds, we will move on to the next move. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good, very good. Finish the one that you're on now if you're still moving. But if you're not, lay down on the floor on your side, because the next move is called the clamshell. Now, the clamshell is going to work those butt muscles and the upper part of your thigh. A very, very important part of being able to walk with a great deal of efficiency or start to slowly jog perhaps later is for you to develop strength in your glutes. And I don't just mean that big muscle that's on the outside of your butt. There are lots of little muscles on the inside of your butt that connect your pelvis and work the way that your legs actually move, right? From the inside out. So you're going to lay on one side and stack your legs. Then bring your knees up in front of your hips so that your legs make a 90-degree angle. The thing that you want to do here is to move the top leg straight up, lifting it up and making it almost perpendicular to the other leg. Pausing at the top, squeeze, and then lower down very slowly. You want to focus on keeping your hips as stable and as stacked as you possibly can. Your top hip might want to sort of migrate backwards as you move your leg. And that's natural because that's range of motion, and it's perfectly fine for you to, kind of push it a little bit. But you just want to concentrate on keeping the muscles in the leg moving. You're working those abductor muscles on the outside of your leg and then those inner muscles in your butt. Okay, so this is for 1 minute, and you are about 20 seconds in on this one side. It can be either the right side or the left side in another 30 seconds. We're going to switch over and do the other side. Now, move very slowly and exhale as you lift up. Once you get to that top and you switch directions, if you squeeze and focus on the negative resistance, someone may be preventing you from lowering your leg back down. Kind of envision that and focus on it. Then you move down slowly and you get the benefit of the squeeze in both directions. You've got about 8 seconds left. You're doing great. Doing great. And in just a couple minutes, you are going to be ready to get out there for your walk. So hang in there with me and turn your body over now. We've got 1 minute to do on the other side. From your hands, you can rest your head on your elbow on one side, and then the top arm can rest in front of your body. Make sure you've got your muscles in your tummy squeezed. I can't tell you how many times I I sound like such a broken record when I tell people to squeeze those tummy muscles, but it really is very important. The pelvic floor muscles, if you're drawing your navel in sort of towards your spine, you're also giving yourself the chance to squeeze those pelvic floor muscles, which are really, really important as well in terms of the strength of your gait. You want to get out there and do a Monday mile that maximizes, the energy boost that you get and the metabolic boost that you get. So the more that your body is ready to go, the more you're going to be able to do as you're walking. You can start walking stairs, you can walk hills, you can do lots of things instead of just trudging along for 20 minutes as you walk, which you can also do, and it's better than not doing anything, but it's best to get out there and do as much as you possibly can. Okay, you're more than halfway through with the second side of the clam shell, so keep going for a couple more seconds. And then we're going to do a hip bridge next, and then we're going to do a crunch, and then you'll be all set. All right? Very good. Okay, now turn to your back. Extend your arms down to your sides. This is a famous move called the hip bridge, and it's so fabulous for the hip flexors, which if you sit most of the day, you have very weak hip flexors because they're shortened, and that means that they get weak and they get tight. Now, make sure before you lift your hips up that your feet are hip width apart and that your pinky toes and heels are in line. That's very important. And keep the entire foot on the floor at all times. Don't let your toes come up. They're going to want to, in fact, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So let's start the minute by lifting your hips all the way up. You're resting now on your feet, your head, and your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Okay, so this is the bridge. Your toes are pressing into the floor, and if you press your toes into the floor and really focus on the squeeze of your glutes, you're going to also get a really great isometric contraction of your hamstring muscles, which is another muscle group that is typically pretty weak and pretty tight in the modern sitting human body. Okay, that's been about 20 seconds. Now, slowly now, what I want you to do is lower your hips and then press back up. All right, inhale on your way down. Exhale as you lift your hips back up. Very good. Squeeze, lower all the way down each time, move very slowly. And if you are used to doing these exercises and you want to try something a little more challenging, you've got about 20 seconds left, by the way, you can lift one leg up in the air and do that press or the dip down and back up. I only advise you to do that if you are very used to this particular exercise, and we do something similar in one of the other Monday Mile workouts, so definitely check out those as well. Okay, finishing up the one that you're on, we've got one move left. It's called the bent knee crunch. Pretty standard crunch. So your feet are in the air, your hands are behind your head, your feet are making your legs rather make a 90-degree angle, and you're going to lift your head, your shoulder blades, and the top of your rib cage up as you exhale. Pause at the top and then lower down slowly. Okay, very good. Take your time with this. You want to move very slowly. Again, control each inch of movement, and you'll get so much more benefit out of every exercise that you do. Nice. Almost ready here. You've got about 30 seconds left of this crunch, and you will be on your way. Make sure you've got those muscles in your tummy fully engaged. Pretend also that you've got someone wrapping a string around your sternum right there at the top of your rib cage, and that you're lifting up through your chest. The higher you go, the more abdominal muscle you activate. All right, 3 seconds. Finish the one that you're on. Congratulations. Best wishes on that mile. I hope that you feel motivated and that you're going to get out there right now, and I will see you again soon. Have a great day.